Oh, hiya.
Hey, how we doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
not too
good.
bad.
It linked in okay. That's good news.
Yeah, it took a while, but we got there in the end, yeah.
It can be very temperamental. Sometimes I'm just turning my Wi-Fi off because it sometimes drops out. We've got a really weak connection. So if it does drop out,
Oh,
don't
okay.
panic. It'll come back in, and all I'll do
Okay.
is because I'm not used to it happening now. I'll just make a note of the conversation we were having at that point, and I'll ask you to go over it again. So that's a bit of
Okay.
housekeeping out of the way. Anyway, thank you ever so much
Okay.
for coming on and agreeing to do
You're
this.
welcome.
Really looking forward to hearing your
Yeah, you're
story.
welcome. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Thank you for having me on.
I've just had your email up in front of me and just read through it again. Um, yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think.
Oh, I hope so. I hope it's worthwhile for you. So yeah.
They're all worthwhile. I mean, I don't think we appreciate, we just because we're around it all the time and all our friends are pretty similar. I don't think we realize how exceptional that what we actually do, and I don't mean me specifically, but I think as a group of people doing multisport, we're not like normal, it's
No,
not,
we're a bunch of weirdos. We're
yeah,
we're the 1%. We're the
yeah,
weirdos. But yeah,
100%.
I'm
Yeah.
all.
So, have you listened to any of the previous podcasts that we've done?
I have, yeah, I've listened to a couple. But most recently Nick Dunn because I did some of my coaching qualifications with himself.
Right.
And the most recent one, and you'll have to forgive me for a name, as a lady, who's just come back from World Champs. I can't remember her name now.
Oh, it
There was
was
one of your more recent ones anyway.
yes, yeah. God, I'm just looking it up now myself because I do that
I
many.
mean, I can blame it on perimenopause, but yeah.
I can blame it on it. I can blame it on old age.
Okay, there we go. Touche.
Um, yeah. So the only reason I ask that is
Anyway, yeah.
just the only reason I ask is just so you're pretty familiar with the format, basically. Um, in a minute, I'll ask you to
Yes.
introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, where you're from, and then we'll just talk about what you did growing up as a child, and then how you got into triathlon,
Yep.
how you got into age group, what you've been doing since, and then there's a few quick fire questions at the end, and that's it.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Excellent. Have you got any questions for me before we start?
No, I don't think so. I tend to waffle a lot, so I'll try not to waffle, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, if I want to ask a question, I'll usually let you go and because I don't like to break the flow of people when they're talking. Um, and then we'll come back to
Okay.
a lot of people just wants to start. That's the story. They've got it in their head. That's what they want to say. But I'll bring you back to points, like maybe you'll start from your childhood and go all the way up to um, how you got into triathlon. And then I'll bring you back to your childhood and I'll ask you questions about that. Or
Okay.
alternatively,
Yeah.
if you are really going on, and some people do, I'll just put my hand up and I'll want to ask a question. All right. But
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's not a problem.
yeah. But either way, it's all nice and relaxed. It's just we're just talking about you and what you've done. So cool. Right. Okay. Well, if you'd just like to
Okay.
introduce yourself, that would be great.
Yeah, so my name's Claire Williams. I am 40 something, and I am based in Chester. Yeah.
Cool. And Chester's a big triathlon sort of ground, isn't it? There's quite a few things going on. Is it Deva over there? Is that the yeah?
That's the one. We're very, very lucky that we've got so I am part of Chester Triathlon Club, and yeah, we've got the Diva Divas, which is our women's only incredible award-winning race, and we also have Deva, which has just been taken over by a local company, which both of them they did used to be club run events, solely club run events, but yeah, now we've got a local company who's taken over the Diva, and that seems to be going on leaps and bounds. It was their first year this year. Uh, Qualifying race next year. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting a bit of traction again, which is good.
Good, good. So what, growing up as a kid then, what were you sporting? What did you do? What did you do sporting wise?
So I was a swimmer. I swam for a couple of local clubs. Um, my brother was the more talented one in that respect. So he used to do a lot more training than myself, but there were still the early mornings. We did, from memory, I think maybe 3 or 4 swims a week, before school and things like that. So yeah, I was lucky to have that ingrained in me from the very start, from this, swimming technique and um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that
long,
definitely,
long swims.
definitely would have stood you in good stead for getting into triathlon, that's for sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, I've done a lot of interviews now, and not many of the guests that I've had on have had like a swimming background as kids. People have fell into it from other backgrounds, like runners or bikers, but
Yeah.
there's not that many swimmers come into it. But yeah, it's brutal, isn't it, as a kid? What age were you when you started?
Oh, for as early as like from as an early age as I can remember really. I remember one standout memory was in Centre Parks. We used to go there for family holidays, and I couldn't swim at that point. And then they used to have this wave pool, and for some reason I'd taken my armbands off, and I got dragged out by this wave pool. Um, and then really strange. I went under the lane rope, and then after that, I could swim. And
Wow.
apparently, then for the rest of this holiday, I was swimming around this, um, you know, pool like a flipping dolphin. It was great. So yeah, that's my first memory of swimming. And then yeah, from a very early age, we went to the lessons and then the club swims and things like that. Yeah.
And what level did you get up to then as a kid swimming?
Not too higher level, but we certainly used to do all the swim galas and more local um sort of events really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, nothing higher than that, unfortunately, but yeah.
And what was your stroke?
It was actually butterfly.
Right. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
an easy one then.
Well, yeah. Butterfly and like individual medley used to be my thing, but I wouldn't be able to swim any of that now.
And I mean, this is jumping on a little bit, but when you got back into the pool for triathlon,
Yeah.
how did that? I'm quite intrigued.
Yeah,
Is it
so
like they say, oh well, once you've ridden a bike, you get back on it and you can do it straight away. Was it the same sort of thing?
to be honest, yeah, it was a little bit, and that still applies now. I'll throw my hands up, and I'm a coach as well, and I'd be losing my mind if I was one of my athletes. But I don't do a lot of swimming. I've just come back from the world champs, the 70.3 world champs,
Yeah.
and even in the build up for that, I was only swimming once, some weeks twice a week.
Yeah.
And supplementing that with I call it a swim bench. It's just like an all body trainer, which acts like a bit of a swim bench just to get some muscle memory. Um, and to be honest, I put that down to having it ingrained in me from a child.
Yeah.
When I first got back into the pool after, so it happened after university, basically, I got back swimming after university. And yeah, to be honest, my times were still good. It was just more the endurance element. I just didn't have that. I wouldn't be able to do an hour and a half, 2 hour session like you used to as a child.
Mm.
But obviously, age comes into that as well as fitness. But technique wise, the technique was still there. It was, still ingrained in me. So yeah.
So when you got back into the pool, what were you doing? Like a 400 in and just
Oh goodness. Oh, uh, I've got to think now. Oh my goodness.
That's put you on the spot.
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, I used to swim like 130s a hundred per 100.
Just
So
get after your break, like after you'd been to university, you got back in, you just did 130s. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
muscle memory, isn't it? It's got to be.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It was just more the prolonged sort of effort. I wouldn't be able to do longer than an hour and a half, an hour session,
Yeah.
without being completely, knackered. So
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? I listened to Jess Learmont's podcast, and since
yeah,
she's gone over to the long distance, she said exactly the same. And obviously, having little Freddie, she
yeah.
said exactly the same. That she hates swimming. She
Oh
hates
yeah,
going. She hates going to the pool and swimming, so she doesn't do that much of it. And
yeah,
look at her results. She's just
yeah.
amazing, isn't she, in the pool?
Oh, completely. And I am completely the same. I really don't like swimming, and this is where I used to do, or and I still do this swim bench. And during COVID, um, I was doing the swim bench maybe 3, 4 times a week, up to about half an hour at times, just watching a film or whatever. And my times were actually better after COVID, getting back in the pool than they were prior to. Um, and I think that's probably then led on to me sort of going, well, if I can keep this that sort of strength swim element going, and then just try, keep the actual pull time to a minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, I should really be saying that as a coach,
No, no, I think
but
because you are where you are and your
yeah,
ability and all the background and like we said, the muscle memory, all the background that you've had as a kid swimming, you can allow yourself to do that. People
yeah,
like myself, I took 6 months out and I got back in the pool and it was like I was drowning, you know what I mean? It was like you can do it, so why wouldn't you?
yeah,
And put your time into something else that you
exactly,
don't need as
exactly.
as much time in the swim, do you? So yeah, absolutely. Don't be afraid to say about that because that's your strength. Three sports and that's your strength. So why not use it to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an average swimmer, and I'm quite happy to be that average swimmer because luckily I am quite uh, I'm stronger on the bike, so
Yeah,
I typically sort of make it up on the bike anyway. So yeah, yeah, don't swim as often as I should, but
it is
hey,
what it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant. So you stopped your swimming, that's what I read in your email, and you went off to university and did university things.
University things, yeah.
Yeah. And then so how did you get back? We talked about you getting back into the pool. How did that happen?
Yeah, so obviously after university, I put on a lot of weight, unfortunately, but I enjoyed my university years. And I met at the time, my husband, and we had a wedding that we were trying to plan. Um, Wanted to get back into fitness. My friend encouraged me to try the Chester Try um, swim sessions. So I went along and got back into this session, thoroughly enjoyed it. And from there, I ended up signing up with the club. And that's where the ball started rolling, really. Yeah, it led to volunteering at the club events. So we've already mentioned them, Deva and Divas, and just got so inspired, by the people that were doing these events. Like prior to that, I thought that there was just no way I'd be able to do triathlon. How on earth would I be able to, you know, keep that type of intensity for that longer distance and that longer duration of time? And yeah, it was. I just found it really inspiring, and from there, that's when I went on to enter a couple of events myself. So yeah, so basically from that swimming, like say, getting back into the pool, just that one technique session which the club offers, just got the bug again.
Yeah.
And the people, the community were fantastic, felt very supported, even just from that one session. And it felt hard not to go back and want to
Mm.
be, take more of a part in it, get
Yeah.
more involved. So.
Yeah. You found your tribe.
Oh, completely, yeah.
Yeah.
Found my community, like-minded people,
Yeah.
really supportive. Yeah.
And that does go a long way in general life, doesn't it? I think once you've
Yeah.
got once you've got that covered off, you found like-minded people.
Yeah,
from a health, not just from a sporting point of view, but from a health point of view, who
yeah,
are all, you know, got your back and want to see you
yeah.
do well. I think it's really important, and it does drive you on. And like you just said about you were inspired by other people, and that's the whole point of this podcast.
Oh,
You
completely.
coming on, and I know we said earlier before we started rolling, you coming on, you will inspire other people just like you were inspired by those people. So
Yeah,
that's what we're
I
doing it for.
I
Yeah.
really hope so. I mean, the biggest thing for me, like I say, I did put on a lot of weight
Yeah.
um, when I was at university, and it was part of a weight loss sort of
Mhm.
angle as well. And um, yeah, being inspired by the shapes and sizes of various people, ages, abilities at these events, that's what sort of yeah got my mind going of yeah, okay, if they can do this then I can. And I put my hands up like the first couple events that I did. I wore a t-shirt. I I did the swim and I put a t-shirt straight on. I didn't want anyone seeing my body in a lycra suit. It sounds awful, but at the time it repulsed me. Why on earth would I want anyone else to see that? And my way of trying to cover myself up was wearing a t-shirt. And I look back now and I think, oh my goodness, like it's quite sad, really. But it was, yeah,
If that's the thing is, if that's how you feel, you
yeah,
know what I mean? That's how you feel at
yeah.
that point, at that moment in time. That's it. There's no shame in that.
No,
That's how
exactly,
you are. And the thing is, like all these brilliant people that may be overweight doing triathlon, they're doing something about it. That's the
exactly that.
point, isn't it? It's not, doesn't matter what size you are, you're doing
No,
something about it. And not just how you look body wise, but from inside, your
yeah,
heart, all the organs and everything else. That's what's important also, which I think gets missed a lot
yeah,
of the time.
exactly.
So
You're taking that first step to
yeah,
bettering yourself,
yeah,
and I think that's why I think that's the most upsetting part for me that I was doing something about it, but I still felt as though I had to cover myself
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Uh, but I'm yeah so proud of myself for back then. You know, I mean, it's completely changed my life,
I think
and
it,
I'm
yeah,
so glad I took that first step. So
yeah. Great story. So what happened next then? You did your first one in 2013, I saw by your email.
yeah, good old Nantwich
Nantwich, yeah.
Triathlon, yeah, with UK Triathlon. Did my first one with a secondhand bike that I spent a couple of £100 on, and I thought it was the bee's knees. I loved that bike. Uh, Loved it. Had a fantastic time, and it was the back. I remember it was the back end of the year. It was the late season one that they do, and that was it. Or I came away from that event. I was like, right, what can I sign up to next? Again, we've mentioned Deva and Diva Divas. They were the next ones that I signed up for. Um, and ended up buying a new bike, new wetsuit. I got completely into it.
So what
Absolutely
was,
loved it.
yeah, I mean that's how it goes, isn't it? That's what we do. People get, the mind blown by the amount of money that we spend on this hobby,
Oh yeah,
you know, and I
yeah,
dread to think, and I don't even think about it because that's what we
no,
do. It's what we spend our money in.
yeah,
Other people do other things.
yeah,
We do
yeah,
this. So, I have no issues with anybody like spending whatever they want on
yeah,
whatever kit. It's entirely up to them and good for them. If it gets them out the door, you know, it's worth it.
yeah,
So what was next then? You started and you got into it. You got new kit.
yeah, yeah. So did a couple of events, and then the it was one of my training buddies sort of mentioned about the qualification process to get into GB, the age group team. And it was actually, I think, at Deva,
That
where
was
I
handy.
qualified as well. Yeah, it was really handy. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. But I think at the time it was like £10. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, why not? Just, I always say it. I'll just throw my hat in the ring and let's just see what happens. And oh, my goodness, it went really well, and I qualified, and um, yeah, I took myself really by surprise. I think the first one that I qualified for was actually Rotterdam. and as qualified, I think for both distances from memory. I think sprint and standard, but I ended up doing the sprint.
Mm.
Um, and I took all my family over. I took my partner at the time. I took him over. Um, thoroughly sort of, you know, threw ourselves into the whole experience. You know, the parade, um, all the team meetings, everything we could sort of get involved with, we did. And again, it just it lit the fire even more. So,
Mm.
um, cemented the fact that this was sort of what I wanted to be doing, and I wanted to be part of this community, and I wanted to get better. Um, and the people that are within my age group, I'm still really good friends with. We sort of meet up every now and again, before events and things like that. And yeah, from there I'm trying to think what was after that one. Was it Gold Coast? I think it was as well.
Is that
Qualified.
2018?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've qualified for Rotterdam. We did Lausanne, Gold Coast. We've done the Europeans at Glasgow as well. So there's been a couple of events that I've done. I think standout was Gold Coast. That was just the most incredible experience, and we did a few weeks, obviously holiday after that,
mm.
while over in Australia. So that was just the most incredible experience, yeah. And then from a performance wise, Lausanne was probably my best. Um, from a performance wise sort of point of view, I came fourth at that one,
Yeah,
surprisingly. Fantastic event again. Um, we did a road trip. We actually drove down there with the camper van, and
cool.
yeah, it was we had a great time. Just again, just cementing the fact that just this whole lifestyle and seeing parts of the world that I would never dream of going to.
Mm.
Uh, having that opportunity to do that is, yeah,
Yeah, and I usually say that, it takes us to places that, like you just said, you would never normally go.
yeah,
Uh,
never, yeah,
we went over to Romania, and you'd never go to Romania otherwise.
no,
And it's
no,
like it was a fantastic place. And like you, I took both my sons and their girlfriends
yeah,
and my wife, and it's just like that. It was just such a great time. And that's
yeah,
what we try to do is to, yes, it's an event, but we try to make it into a holiday as
yeah.
well.
Because I mean, without your family support, it makes it really hard. From it's not quite so bad with the shorter distance sort of events, but when you're getting into the 70.3, the longer distance stuff, without your family support, um, it makes it so difficult. And and to be honest, that's probably why I'm divorced, and with a
Oh,
new
bless you.
partner. Not having your partner's support for these things. My previous partner, he didn't want to know. He wasn't sort of wasn't into health and fitness in any way,
Mm.
and didn't really get it.
Yeah,
And yeah, we won't go into any more of that. But yeah, but family support is definitely very important. And so if you can bring them along and they enjoy being part of the experience with you, then it makes it 100 times easier and more enjoyable. So
it
yeah,
does. Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Like you, I'm quite fortunate. My wife, she's into it. Um,
yeah,
it just makes we can do it together. We train together. The whole lifestyle thing
yeah,
just becomes, the norm. So when I'm
exactly.
off doing a 2 hour bike ride, she's not like, oh, where have you been, sort of thing. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's out his bike.
But
All right.
I say my new husband, my now partner, we've been together for, oh God, a long time. But I met him through triathlon,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's a completely different experience to be
Yeah.
honest. He's just done Leeds, so it was his.
Yeah.
Um, so he had the beginning half of the year to sort of concentrate on his race, which was Leeds
Mm.
Ironman, and then with myself having the world champs the back end of the year, it was then my turn to.
Well,
Um,
it's great, isn't it? Because you can support each other, and that's what we found. It started with me being supported by Mrs. C,
yeah,
but then when she started, qualifying and stuff, I was supporting her. So it was nice to give back. And
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It's just like, well, she's become a team manager now for age group. She does the
Oh wow,
aquathons.
okay.
So we've just come back from Qatar, and
Yeah,
I was over there supporting her while she was doing the management. I was supporting her doing that. So it's just
yeah,
so good, isn't it? It's just
yeah,
like you say, it's just a lifestyle that you build, and
yeah.
that, yeah,
I always say it, triathlon is who we are.
mm,
It's not what we do, it's who we are.
yeah,
And that's very much how like my family is,
yeah.
it just runs through our veins. Even that we've got a 3-year-old and, trying to inspire her and show her that, being healthy and being outdoors, got so many benefits. And she loves it.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
got her own
she'll
bike.
see what you guys do, and
Yeah.
you won't even have to force it because it's
Oh
just
no.
normal, isn't it? It
I
becomes
mean, she's
normalized.
yeah, and she's faster than me and Ian on the, going out running and
I
she
bet.
loves it. She's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
great. So, how did I know you mentioned about you got into age group and you've raced for them, but how did you
Yeah.
find out about it? That always intrigued me.
Yeah, so it was just a friend, sort of a training partner, really, who I was training for. It was Ironman 70.3 staffs, and he was coming along on quite a few of my swims and things with me. And he just happened to mention, with the times that you're sort of throwing out and with the performances that you're sort of managing to, you know, achieve, you'd be really good. You'd definitely qualify, and um, yeah, it sort of sparked something within me to sort of go, okay, yeah, like I say, let's give it a try. Throw the hat in the ring, put myself up for, the intent to qualify,
Mm,
and then yeah, it just I did well at the events, got the automatic qualification. And it just led from there. And then, like I say, I've competed at a couple of the world champs now and European events. Um, and yeah, it was just I wanted to keep doing better.
mm,
Um, I competed at sprint and standard, and I think it applied really for both. That I knew that I could do that a little bit better. So let's throw my hat in the ring again and let's see what we can do. And obviously, location is part of that as well. Um, there's a bit of tactics that
mm,
comes into it in terms of I want to do the stuff that's a little bit more closer. Um, yeah, and not travel. Well, we went to Australia, so that doesn't really apply. Not travel quite so far and wide, but
yeah. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, you're right. I mean, tactically, a lot of people don't think about it, but tactically, there's so much in there, from
yeah,
who you're racing, what the race course is like, does it suit you? All those
yeah,
things, isn't there? There's that
yeah.
you can look at and analyze, and that's really important if you want to try and qualify.
Yeah, sometimes it isn't quite just as simple as
No.
yeah, let's give it a try. That there is a lot of tactics. Even from a qualification process, the way that the events are all scheduled and things like that now.
Yeah,
You could really deep dive into it, who's already qualified,
yeah, yeah,
who's already entered, and you could take it to a complete extreme, really. But yeah,
yeah.
them
And
tend
was there anybody else in your like circle that had raced for GB in your clubs? No.
we within the club there was but it was just people that I knew of
Right.
really,
Yeah.
rather than sort of my circle as such. But again, it was I sort of put them on a pedestal. Oh, I'd never be able to do that. They're far better than me. How on earth am I ever going to get to that standard? Oh, there's no point, sort of thing. It was the way of thinking. Until I did give it a try and it paid off. So
Yeah. Cool. Well done. I mean, that's, well done for having a go in the first place, because a lot of people wouldn't.
yeah,
Like you said, sticking your tenner in. We always say to club members, just put it in. You go on the race, just put it in. You never
exactly.
know what's going to happen. Uh,
Yeah,
this last year, we've had three of our athletes put it in, and they managed to qualify. You know,
yeah.
uh, so why
Even
not?
from the roll down process,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know,
It doesn't matter how
never
you get there. There's 20
exactly.
places up for for grabs, isn't there, in each age group? So,
Yeah.
and how did you find the whole process? You know, did it confuse you, or was it straightforward for you, or
It was straightforward for me at the time. I believe its process has changed slightly. I think, I mean, basically all the events that I used to do for the GB team were all pre-COVID. I haven't done any of the GB racing since then, really. Um, but I believe it's changed very slightly. I believe. I'm not too sure.
yeah, yeah? I mean,
Um,
some people find it really difficult to sort of like get. I don't think it's changed that much, to be honest. I think that there's still the three races that if you want to do the sprint and the standard, that you've got to
yeah,
do. Well, you've got a chance to qualify at for each event.
yeah. I think it's more the amount of people that gets
Yeah,
uh
I can't
the
remember what it
automatic
used to be, but
spots.
it's four spots automatically in each race. So
Yeah,
that's like 12 spots because there's three races. So
yeah.
and then there's eight roll downs
And then
unless
the roll down,
unless
yeah.
people get a PQ
PQ.
pre-qualified from.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Or maybe it hasn't changed then.
yeah,
Maybe it hasn't changed.
yeah. So
Um,
you qualified and you've raced and you've had a whale of a time. So what
yes.
came next?
So then 70.3.
And how did that come about? Why did you decide that you were going to go along?
Unfortunately, I had a very close friend. Her husband died very suddenly of a brain tumor. And I wanted to do something to raise money for the brain tumor charity.
Mm.
And that was at Staffs. That was 70.3 Staffs. Um, and yeah, uh, it just felt a natural progression, really. I'd done the sprint and the standard. It was the next challenge. I didn't really want to do a full distance. I still haven't done a full distance, maybe in the future, but we don't know. Um, but yeah, it just seemed the natural progression. So 70.3 was the next one. I did staffs. It was never about a time or um, there was no expectations,
Yeah.
basically. It was just a case of this is my first one. I'm doing this for a greater good. I wanted to do this for my friends and to raise some money, which we did, and I had a great time.
Mm.
Um, and then it was more a couple of years later, really. We went out to Majorca with my new partner. Shouldn't call him a new partner,
You
my new
can
fiance, the new version.
you can give
Uh,
him a name if you want. Has he got a name?
he has got a name, it's Ian.
Ian, you can call him Ian if you want. It's all right.
Yeah. So
Hi, Ian, if you're listening to
I
this.
don't bless him. So yeah, so the Chester Tri Club used to do a training camp. So we went out to Majorca to do that.
Nice.
We call it the Happy Island. We love the
Yeah.
place. And then found out they did a 70.3. So then again, a natural progression for that was then let's do the 70.3 in Majorca. So that was 2019 we did that. Did s- really surprisingly very, very well. I think it was 5:03 and I was literally, I think 10 seconds or 10, 15 seconds off third place.
Wow.
Um, and at the time, my approach for that one was again just to enjoy it. This was my first competitive 70.3, but again, there was no expectations. And I saw my then coach on he was also doing it as well. And I cycled past him on the climb and he called me back and we were having a proper chat and a chin wag. And I thought, right, this is a race, this. I need to move on. And things like in transition, I was putting my sun cream on, like, taking my gels, really relaxed. Um, and in hindsight, I look back and go, like just
No, but
those,
that's nice, isn't it?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's other races, you'll probably never do that again.
Well, exactly,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So now looking back on it, you might think, oh, I wish I hadn't. But at the time, it was nice.
Oh, oh yeah. And it felt so comfortable and I had such a great time. And we automatically signed up to do it again because of that. We had a great time. I was after those 3 minutes, I was desperate to break that 5 hours and I knew I could do it. Um, And then unfortunately, obviously, like
Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything else put a stop to that. We managed to defer and we went back. They did it in October, 20, it must have been 21, October 21.
Mm.
We went back and we did it. Didn't do quite as well. I think it was something like a 5:09 or
Mm.
something. Got really upset, really distraught at the finish line. I was like, I tried so hard and training went really well. And um, yeah, and then a week or two after that, I found out I was pregnant, which was probably
Yeah,
the reason why I was so
yeah,
emotional and
yeah,
essentially why it
yeah.
didn't go quite to plan. Um, and then then obviously our little girl is completely, yeah, changed our world
As they
for
do.
the better as they
Yeah,
do, yeah.
yeah.
But obviously training and racing has taken on a completely different approach and yeah, we've got to be a lot more sort of tactical and thoughtful about what we're doing and when we do it.
Mm.
But I still had a bit of a score to settle with the 70.3. So um, I was determined after I had it that I was still wanted that structure. Still love the training. Again, it's part of who we are and what we do. Um, so got back straight into the training. Um, and started to work towards basically breaking that 5 hours, which unfortunately hasn't happened yet. But we
Yeah, but it
signed.
will.
Oh, it will. Well, yeah, hopefully
Well, it
it
will. It will.
will.
It'll happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah, back to some tactical, I think, course selection maybe, because all the
Yeah,
ones I chose
100%.
since then have not been the easiest of courses. So yeah, we signed up to Swansea, and knowing that it was a qualification race for the World Champs in Marbella. Very lucky that I managed to get my qualification in early during Swansea, which was fantastic. Um, and yeah, we did Weymouth again. We've just been out to Marbella to the World Champs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't go quite to plan because I had a mechanical on the bike. But just the most incredible experience. It was just been.
Did you finish the race though?
Oh yeah, I finished
Yeah.
the race. Yeah, unfortunately, I got to the top of the climb, and all my headset came loose.
Oh,
Completely came loose. Even
God.
the mechanic swore. Um, he, he couldn't believe I got to where I had with my headset so loose. So luckily, I mean, I only had to ride something like 3 or 4K with it a little bit wobbly.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky in that respect. So we managed
Yes.
to get it sorted.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, as you sat there seeing all these women
Yeah. Yeah.
that I've just
God.
passed on the hill, and it was like, oh, my motivation was sort of fighting spirit was sort of going
Yeah.
as the ladies were passing me. But so yeah, the mindset had to change really at that point. It was more about enjoying the day,
Yeah.
enjoying the course, enjoying the atmosphere, being in that type of environment, in that, you know, it's such an epic event.
Yeah.
The fact that I qualified to be there, earned
Yeah.
my spot to be there. So yeah, it was just a case of right, change the mindset, just enjoy it as much as you can. Um, But yeah, I think especially on the run, I suffer a lot on the run. I'm not really a runner. Um, and I think the extra heat, the extra time on the course, they hadn't properly planned for the fueling of that extra time on the course as well. So yeah, I got through it. I
Mm.
got through it. Thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I was very emotional on that carpet. I've dreamt of being on that carpet for a long time and it got very emotional. But it was just the most incredible experience. Just not my race on the day, but in terms of everything else, it was epic, absolutely
Well, it's
epic.
great, isn't it? I mean, that you had the foresight to change your attitude because a lot of people would just, well, some might just throw the towel in there and then,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
if
not
that's
a
the
quitter.
mindset, but to
Yeah.
have the attitude that you have, right, okay, it's not going to be my day today, but we'll have
Yeah.
to go and enjoy the rest of the event because we've come here, we've done all the training,
Yeah.
we know what's capable, but it's just so happens that this is come up and that's it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so chapeau for that
Yeah.
attitude and that mental capability, really. I think to switch.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, I didn't really have much choice, to be honest, at the time. But yeah, I mean, it would have been easy. It could have gone one way. It's like, right,
Mm,
let's just push on. Let's try and claw back what I could from it. But then I might have completely blown up. The conditions were actually quite tricky up on the climb
mm,
with the wind. There was it really threw the bike off quite a bit. It was a very hilly course. I mean, I've done Alpe d'Huez twice,
mm.
and it was. I would go as far to say it was tougher
Yeah,
than the
yeah.
Alpe d'Huez race.
Wow, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really tricky course. So yeah, it could have gone, a couple of ways really. But at the time, it was just like, no, just remove all the pressure, just enjoy it, have fun. Whooping at all the
Yeah.
whooping
And
up all the aid stations and getting them all,
live to fight another day.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And again, it's still lit the fire. I still know that I can do so much better.
Mm.
Um, so yeah.
Cool. So your daughter is 3, did you say?
Yeah, so she's 3.5 now,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
how's that impacted? Because this is quite a topic for people who, like yourself, have got young family, but are still able to do these things that we're doing, and fitting it
yeah.
around your lifestyle. So how do you do that? How do you fit it round, especially with your partner doing it as well, Ian?
Yeah, Ian. And to be honest, that would be the answer is I've got a really supportive partner in Ian. Bless him. He doesn't need quite as much sleep as me, so he tends to get up nice and early. He will get his training done in before I do. And we just sort of take it in turns really in the morning. We're very much early morning people in that respect. We like to get the training boxed off early on. And we're both personal trainers. We've got a private studio in Chester City Centre. So most of our clients and our work is goes on till quite late in the evening. So the only window that we do have to get our training in is this sort of morning uh, window as such, up till about midday. Um, so yeah, it's very tactical in that respect. He will get up early, get his done, then it's my turn. With that, then we take it in turns with our daughter. The weekends is pretty much the same as well. We just try and do as much as we can. Taking it in turns. We've got running buggies, and she loves the running
Yeah.
buggy. She's our biggest coach. She's telling us to go quicker.
Got
Oh yeah,
the
uh,
stopwatch out.
yeah, yeah. But it is hard. It is hard.
Mm,
I mean, especially currently, we're struggling with we're having a bit of a sleep regression, I think. And sleep for us is so important for recovery and just general well-being, and to have that disrupted, it does have a big impact. So and it's just being aware of that and
mm,
being kind to ourselves,
mm,
and maybe back off the intensity a little bit, or switch sessions around so that we're not doing those more intense sessions on a day that we are completely sleep deprived.
yeah,
So it is hard. It's just a different approach. It's just a different approach. Now, obviously, we're not doing as much volume as we used to do. Um, it's a selfish sport,
yes,
and at least prior to having our daughter, we could be sort of selfish together. We could go out for hours and hours at a time, and it's great. But yeah, she's our world, and she takes priority. And if we want to continue doing what we're doing, we have to go with this approach. We have to do it in a tactical way. We have to get up earlier and get it done. Otherwise, it just doesn't get it done at all.
well, it's great that you're still doing it, and
Yeah,
obviously you've got it nailed. You're flexible, and you're both looking after each other, which is important, isn't it?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
definitely.
that's really, really cool. So, well, I mean, that's a fantastic story. Was Marbella your last race, or have you done anything since?
Oh goodness, no, I've not done anything since
No.
that. No, I'm
Um,
well and truly on a break at the
so
minute.
we're up to speed on the journey then.
Yeah,
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 well,
very much
it's
so.
a fantastic journey.
Yeah.
Really inspiring. Although you said at the beginning it wasn't going to be, it is, and it's not done yet.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
still got progression and lots to go, I would imagine,
yeah.
which is great to see. So all we've got left to do then is the quick fire questions,
Okay.
and the first one is, what's your favorite bit of kit?
So it's actually my turbo, to be honest.
Yeah.
The roads, uh, and even more so now we've got our daughter, I don't like taking the risks out on the road. They've become quite dangerous. And whether that's from fellow road users or whether that's from road quality,
Mm.
there's an element there that obviously you lose all your bike skills, but there's a time and a place. And we do these training camps out in Majorca, perfect. It's just a completely different attitude and way of life to cyclists over there.
Mm.
Over here, I find is that it's just every time we go out on the bike, you know, I feel like people are out to get us
Mm.
for some reason. So yeah, the turbo trainer for me, best piece of kit. I feel safe here. Obviously, you can control the conditions. I can add the inclines if I want to. I can make those sessions intense for one, easier for one, but I appreciate that there's the bike skill element that is slightly lost there. But yeah,
Cool. Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. Yes, I do like to get out on the road occasionally, but you're right, it's become more and more dangerous.
yeah,
The road surfaces, as you rightly said, is not good. I think
um,
very many places in the country. So I'm like you, I'm a Swift
yeah,
fan. Uh, most of my sessions are on there. And I think it's like going to the track, isn't it? You can do more
yeah,
purposeful training on that
exactly.
than you can outside. You would never do like, well, not saying never, but hit sessions and stuff. It's just more
Yeah,
accessible. You know,
just
you can go and race on Zwift or whatever,
exactly.
platform you want to use. There's all sorts of things on there. It's so
Yeah,
handy.
exactly. Yeah, specific sessions. You're not going to get taken out by a car
Yeah.
in between some of your reps if you're going out and doing like race blocks and
Yeah.
uh, race reps and things like that. Yeah, it's just
Yeah. It's a
for me, it's
no-brainer.
just a fantastic piece of kit. Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
So what does a week of training look like at the moment? I guess we're on downtime now. So um,
Yeah, so I'm just ticking over really at the moment. So I am a coach for adapted endurance. So we
and is
do
that your company? Just going back to that, is that
no, so it's a chap called Phil Ellison. So he's our head coach.
yeah,
It's his company. So there's myself and there's how many other coaches? We've got three other coaches,
right.
including myself. But we do group rides, virtual group rides. So I lead one of those on a Tuesday. So yeah, obviously I'm committed to that. That's just the once a week. And then my own training, really, we're looking maybe an hour or two a day. We've got the gym in Chester City Centre, so strength is a huge part of
Mm.
my week as well. Um,
Is that
and
gym primarily a strength and conditioning gym?
Yeah, so we do strength and conditioning classes,
Mm.
specifically aimed for runners and triathletes, but generally for everyone really. It's yeah, like a circuit-based class.
Right. Okay.
Really big running community in Chester as well, so it's mainly runners. But yeah, p personal training, corrective exercise, sports massage. We offer quite a bit there. So
Let us just let us know what that is again. Just obviously I'll advertise it on here and I'll put it
uh,
in the show notes. So for anybody in that area
yeah.
interested, do you do online work as well, or is it just
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the from the adapted endurance part of what I do, we do single sport and multi-sport coaching
mm,
from the personal training side of things. So that's under an umbrella of Optimum Health. I can't even say it now. Optimum Optimum Health Coaching.
optimum
Uh,
health coaching?
yeah, so that's our private studio in Chester. So we do the strength classes, the corrective exercise, sports massage. Uh, we do well, my partner mainly does, and myself. We do the run specific coaching there as well,
Mhm.
but we tie that into the personal training. So yeah, so
Cool.
multi-talented we are.
Yes,
Many
sounds good.
strings to
Sounds
the
good.
bow.
So at the end of this, I'll ask you to send some photographs over, um,
Okay,
just for promo. And if you can also send me the links to everything that you're involved in,
of
I'll add them
course.
to the show notes. So if
Yeah,
there's
no
anything
problem.
else, well, I like to help people out, and I
Oh
mean, give you a
yeah.
platform for you never know who's looking to
Yeah,
to try,
yeah,
and
definitely.
especially that running, I think is really important from a strength point of view, and
Oh goodness, yeah.
from a technique point of view. I think it gets overlooked massively. Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, our class participants, like one of the things we keep in on a weekly basis for our classes is deadlifts.
mm,
Um, our classes are quite small because I'm a bit of a stickler for technique. Um, so we monitor people's technique. We then help them progress the weight each week. We've got a little PB bell, really
yeah,
supportive community. And I would go as far to say that working on that posterior chain sort of movement and strength, we have got so many people that have come to us, especially this last few months, with running PBs. And the only thing that they've changed most recently is they're just consistently coming to our classes and doing the strength work,
mm.
lifting heavy, mobility, flexibility, all of
The
that
whole
umbrella.
package.
Oh, completely, yeah. And th this is the only thing that they've changed is the strength work, just once a week.
Mm,
That's all it needs, once a
yeah,
week. And they're
yeah.
seeing huge benefits from it. So,
So you've heard it here first, folks. Get
yeah.
that strength work done.
Strength
Important.
work, barefoot strength work, definitely. Yeah.
Cool. And finally, what are your shorter and your longer term goals?
Oh goodness. So longer term, I don't know. I do fancy a full distance
Yeah,
triathlon. I've been inspired by watching people at Leeds.
right.
And a couple of my friends locally have they they did Leeds, they did Wales. So yeah, I think long term, maybe a full distance when our daughter's a little bit older, maybe and we can commit to the volume of training that would be required for that.
Mm.
Um, and then like shorter term, I mean next year we're actually getting married next year,
Oh,
so
congratulations
thank
to
you.
Ian.
To Ian. Getting married to Ian. So we've actually agreed that we're going to sort of put the racing on a bit of a back burner. So we've in fact only entered we entered it the other day, the Cotswold Classic.
Nice.
So we're gonna both go down there and race that, and that'll probably be our only one
Good.
for
Yeah.
next year. So yeah, short term financially, we've just got
Mm.
to behave ourselves a little bit, and but yeah, long term, still got a score to settle with 70.3, and maybe another world champs because it was just an incredible experience.
Cool. Well,
So
look, good luck with it all.
thank you,
And I hope it all goes to plan.
thank
And
you.
I hope you get to do you're under 5 hours in your
Oh
70.3, and
yeah,
eventually
hopefully.
you'll smash the Ironman, I'm sure.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because you've
Yeah.
got it, you seem to have it all, you know, the right things in the right place and the right mentality. So I'm sure you're going to do well.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you ever so much for coming on the podcast and sharing your story.
You're
Really
welcome.
enjoyed chatting to you. And I won't take any more of your time up. All I can ask is if you do send me some of your favourite photographs from
Yeah.
races, that would be great. And
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
I've got a podcast coming out this week, and then I've got another one in a fortnight. So yours will be probably in the new year, I would think, when it comes out.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. That'd
And
be great.
what's your socials?
So, my social media on Instagram. So I am Triathlon Coach Claire.
Right,
Um, and that's with everything, the I, the E, the lot. Um,
yeah,
so that's yeah. So on sort of I've got a Google page as well, Triathlon Claire, Triathlon Coach Claire is my Google page as well.
cool.
And then Adapted Life is the company that I work for, the
Have you got
triathlon.
a Facebook page? Are you on Facebook at all?
Uh, I am on Facebook, so just my personal one. It's just Claire Williams.
Claire Williams.
Yeah,
Are you in the what the hell is it? Unofficial age group?
I am.
You are, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I usually post these things on my own
Oh,
on
okay.
Facebook. So you'll see it on there.
Okay.
Obviously, I'll put it on Instagram and I'll copy you in on any of the posts. So
Yeah,
you'll see
perfect.
when it's coming up,
Yeah.
and just to keep you in the loop as when it's going to come out. Usually
Yeah.
come out on a Wednesday. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy your evening,
Okay.
and
Yeah, thank you so much for your time
no,
as
it's been
well.
a pleasure to speak to you. Nice to
And
meet
you.
you.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right,
Take
take
care.
care. Cheers.
See you. Bye.
Bye.